Beauty and the Beast, a love story. Legend has it that deep in the woods there was a castle where a fearsome beast lived. The truth is, no one's ever seen the beast before. Belle and her father lived in a nearby village. They loved to walk in the woods. But one winter afternoon, their carriage broke down. They'd never made it that far before. Something in the trees caught their eye.
Look, Belle, a castle. Maybe there's someone who can help us.
Do you think that's the Beast Castle?
They knocked, but no one answered. However, as if by magic, the doors opened by themselves, inviting them in. There was a table served for two, but no one was to be seen.
It'd be a shame if the food got cold.
So, chatting and laughing, the night took them by surprise. They decided it'd be best to sleep in the castle. The next morning, they were surprised that someone had made breakfast for them, not to mention that their carriage had been repaired. Although they didn't understand what had happened, they were very happy.
That's wonderful! We can go back home now.
On her way out, a flower caught the young woman's eye. The only rose that had survived the cold.
I'll take you with me and take good care of you.
How dare you, you thief!
The beast that everyone in town was talking about was real.
Don't hurt us, please.
After all I've done for you, this is how you repay me? By stealing my rose?
I'm really sorry.
Excuse us. We didn't mean to upset you. We'll leave immediately.
You'll have to face the consequences. You're not leaving so easily. She's staying with me. She's my prisoner now.
What? Please don't.
Please don't take my daughter away from me. I'll plant a new rose bush to make it all up to you.
Maybe you'd both like to stay.
Don't worry, Dad. Go back home and get help. I'll be fine.
So the man, full of sadness, returned to the village. Once there, he told his story and looked for help. Belle's days in the castle were not as she had imagined. The beast treated her as his guest, not as a prisoner. And although the young woman really enjoyed his company, she never dared to ask him about his appearance. She didn't want to hurt his feelings.
Bella, you're very quiet. What's wrong?
I miss my father. He must feel very lonely without me. I'm all he's got.
I don't like seeing you like this. I'll miss you, but I think it's the best if you go back. If one day you decide to come back, I'll be very happy. But if you don't, I'll understand.
Do you really mean that? Oh, Beast, how kind of you. Thank you so much.
I'll give you my fastest horse, so you don't waste time. Go!
When she arrived, Belle discovered the turmoil her absence had caused. People were determined to chase the beast away.
Wait! The Beast is not evil. He hasn't hurt me.
But people wouldn't listen. They wanted the beast away and gone for good.
If you knew him like I do, you'd see he's not dangerous.
But people ignored her again and marched to the castle. The beast proved to have a big heart, and Belle ran to defend him without hesitation. People started shouting with all their might outside the castle doors to scare the creature, but they were the ones who got scared. The doors burst open, and things started flying through the air. The castle seemed to be defending itself. Suddenly, a roar was heard, and the beast fell from the highest tower. He had been pushed. There was a long silence.
Beast, what have they done to you? Everyone thinks you're mean. They don't understand that there is a loving heart beneath that frightening exterior.
Before looking like this, I was a handsome but conceited prince. One night, I refused shelter to an old beggar woman because she looked shabby and dirty. To my surprise, that old lady was an enchantress, so she cursed me and turned me into a beast. I felt ashamed, so I locked myself in the castle. I didn't want anyone to see me like this. The enchantress told me that whoever could see my inner beauty would be able to break the spell. I thought that maybe you might be that person.
Belle blushed. She never imagined that she'd meet someone so special when she got lost in the woods. She leaned towards him and kissed him. A whirlwind enveloped the beast, and a magical flash revealed the truth. The curse was broken. Love had triumphed. Belle and the prince lived happily ever after.
Cinderella in the big city. When she finished school, a young woman from a village decided to move to the city to study fashion design. Her aunt, who was a dressmaker and who lived with her 2 daughters, let her stay with them in her apartment. But the cousins, who were jealous and also wanted to be fashion designers, were not happy. Once, when the young woman got the best grades, her cousins envied her success, and they blew charcoal on her as a joke.
It's as if you're covered in ashes.
So, they gave her the nickname Cinderella. Cinderella kept studying, but her cousins didn't try so hard. And when one day, a famous designer decided to throw a party to choose the best fashion designer in the world, they wanted to take advantage of it.
The invitations will be sent to their homes to invite them to participate in the competition.
The aunt received all 4 invitations, but since she favored her daughters, she hid Cinderella's invitation.
Girls, you will wear your best dresses tonight and say they were made by you. Sorry, Cinderella, there are only 3 invitations and you won't be able to go with.
Cinderella was upset, and the night of the party, she helped her cousins put on the dresses made by her aunt. But when she was left alone, she found her invitation and had to figure out something very quickly. Using the curtains, scarves, and ribbons, Cinderella made herself a beautiful dress. And since she had no shoes for the party, she lined her slippers with the gold fabric of the cushions. She also put on a mask so that her aunt and her cousins wouldn't recognize her. When she arrived at the party, the designer discovered Cinderella, the best-dressed young woman he had ever seen, and so he invited her to dance.
Who is she? Her dress is ridiculous and looks like the curtains at home.
Enchanted by Cinderella, the designer wanted to find out who she was.
What is your name? You are the best-dressed woman in the whole world.
I can't tell you my name.
When the party was over, Cinderella ran away to get to the house before her aunt and cousins did. As she was running down the stairs, she lost her slipper. That was how the famous designer began looking for the owner of the shoe. With the guest list, he arrived at Cinderella's aunt's house.
I would like your daughter to try on this shoe, please. I am looking for its owner.
For the older one, the slipper was too small. For the little one, it was too big.
Tell me, where is your 3rd daughter?
Oh, I only have 2 daughters.
But I sent out 4 invitations. There has to be someone else.
Cinderella peeked out shyly. And when he tried the slipper on her, it fit perfectly.
You were the best designer at the party, Cinderella. I would really like for you to come and create dresses with me.
Cinderella thought about it carefully.
But I just started studying. I prefer to stay here with my cousins and my aunt.
You prefer to stay with them despite the harm they did to you?
I can forgive them. They were jealous, but now they've learned that it's useless to deceive others and to try and take advantage of them.
And so, from that day on, Cinderella and her cousins studied together and teamed up to design the best dresses in the world.
Rapunzel, Adventure on the Heights. A long time ago, a witch lived in hiding, alone and secluded in the middle of the forest. She did not like to have company. It was all about her and nothing else but her. But one day, her life changed when someone left a sweet baby on her doorstep. The witch decided to call her Rapunzel, and from that moment on, they were inseparable. Rapunzel had such long blonde hair that by the time she was 1 year old, it was already down to the ground. Every time the witch cut Rapunzel's hair, it magically grew back. And at the age of 5, her hair was 5 meters long. At the age of 12, her hair was more than 12 meters long. When she reached 20, her hair was 20 meters long. It took the witch many hours to comb Rapunzel's hair. The people who heard about the magic hair came over to have a look at it. The witch started to believe that Rapunzel was being judged by her looks. One day, she came up with an idea.
The world is very dangerous, Rapunzel. Every time I cut your hair, it grows back, and people laugh at you. That's why you will live up there. I built this tower to protect you. Here, you will live safely forever.
The witch left Rapunzel alone at the top of the tower with no stairs, so that no one could reach her. Rapunzel believed that everyone outside the tower would want to hurt her. Singing was the only thing that brought her joy. The thing is that there was a very brave prince who was not afraid of witches and who had heard about the sweet princess who was locked up. When he heard the sweet voice of Rapunzel, he let himself be guided by her song to the tower. And the witch,
Rapunzel, let down your hair so that I may climb.
the prince had a plan. He waited until the witch left, and then,
Rapunzel, let down your hair and I will climb. I left something behind.
as if by magic, the two fell deeply in love. So, every day, when the witch was away, Rapunzel would let her hair down so that the prince could visit her, even if it was raining, snowing, or sizzling hot.
Marry me, Rapunzel.
What are you doing here?
We can trust him. He's not dangerous.
I protected you for years and now you're going away with him and leaving me alone? You'll both pay for this. I will take you away and you will never see her again. Your eyes will be closed forever. The day your love finds you, your eyes will open and the spell will vanish.
Unable to see, the prince returned to the castle with the help of his faithful horse, who knew the way back by heart, while Rapunzel was sent to a desert thousands of miles away. Until one day, Rapunzel saw a castle in the distance. She banged at the gates with her fists. The guards warned the prince that a young blonde woman was looking for him. As he could not see the young woman, he had only one way to find out if she was Rapunzel.
Please, sing for me so I can recognize you through your voice. Yes, it's my beloved Rapunzel.
The prince made a rope out of his bed sheets. Now the roles had been reversed, and it was she who should climb up to him. Kissing Rapunzel, the prince opened his eyes, and as he was found by his true love, the witch's spell wore off.
You found me. I can see you, Rapunzel.
They never heard about the witch again. However, Rapunzel remembered her with love. She appreciated being cared for as a child and concluded that the world was not as dangerous as they thought.